Tonight, we all appreciate you. Hope you found us well. Go ahead and mute your cell phone. Save all questions for after the meeting, and we, want you to enjoy your time with us. So, all right. Not sure if you've heard of Primerica, but if you haven't, it's okay. We don't advertise, but we do have 130,000 licensed reps in the United States of America. So we're the largest financial services company. Okay, so we must be doing something right? We're also listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol PRI, and to be on there, you have to be pretty credible, right? Yep. So there's that credibility you might ask yourself about. Delivering freedom for families since 1977, so we've been around for quite some time, and in all that time frame, we've approximately insured 5.7 million lives, and we have 2.9 million investment clients. So a lot of people trust us with their money, right? Very good thing. Okay, another thing about our company that's great is we have more than 2,800 dedicated home office employees in the US and Canada that support our clients and our representatives. So you're always at ease knowing that people are there to support you, whether the business is the opportunity you want to look at or you want to be a client. You know that there's a team there. All right, so these are some additional ways to understand. We've been reviewed before, right? We've earned the Delbar Mutual Fund Award since 2023. We've won that pretty much every year, okay? AM Best, they recognize life insurance companies, and we always have an A+ rating with them. Most trusted life insurance company, so you don't have to ask your uncle if he trusts our company. We clearly have the reviews. Forbes, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Forbes, but if you don't live under a rock, you probably have. They have also said that we are a part of America's best life insurance companies. All right, so most trusted, and that's just what you need to know, right? Okay, so we don't believe in just doing one solution for somebody. A lot of companies do. They'll come in and they'll help out with like the investments, or they'll help out with the life insurance, right? So what we do is we're going to look at their full picture, and we're going to offer them a total solution for everything, which makes a lot more sense, right? You don't want someone coming over and just doing one thing for your family. You want them looking at your big picture, right? Right, so this is Primerica. We're like a Costco of financial services. So there's us in the middle. And then what we did is we partnered up with a lot of companies to help the families with their full, complete solution. So there's a lot of companies you may or may not recognize. Fidelity is one that a lot of us recognize, right? And then Franklin Templeton, Lincoln, American Century Investments. So there's a lot of ones on here that you may recognize, right? And then the others, we're just partnered up with the credible ones. We also help people with their legal and identity protection. If you ever do research on people's identities being stolen, that happens all the time, so we'll help out with that. If you don't have a will, we'll help out with that as well. Auto and home solutions, nobody wants to call every auto and home company, so we call one. We partnered up with one where they'll do all the research for you and save you money on auto and home. Life insurance, so we are a life insurance company. That's how we got started. We'll show you in a little bit here our crusade mission and why we got off the ground, and we're still in that crusade mission, right? Rocket and Spring EQ. So with Rocket, if you don't live under a rock either, right? They are the largest in the mortgage lending industry, right? We actually decided after 7 years, they finally came up with a proposal that is good for middle-class America, and we chose to bring them on our platform. And now we're getting people out of debt sooner with saving them money on the mortgage interest rates, as well as getting them out of all the credit card debt. So we have solutions, as you can see, in all areas, financial, right? So 4 reasons why Primerica people are having success. Okay, so if you think about it, any industry that's having success, there's usually a large demand for what they have, right? Everyone's going to them, so that's why they're successful. So if you think about it, there's a high consumer demand because people are always in need of help with their finances, right? All right, so our proven concepts and solutions make a difference, getting people out of debt. We're going to show you in a minute here on how much of a difference our solutions make. So our distribution system is our strength. Since we have all those licensed agents out there, we have a huge amount of people to help people. Our compensation program is unique and revolutionary. You'll learn about how that works and be amazed because you can't get that at a day job. So that's another thing we get excited about. We stand for freedom for families. And so no matter what politicians are doing, Primerica's always stood by protecting, what's best for families. And we want them out of debt and financially independent. So, yeah, there we go, freedom, all right? Freedom from abandonment of the middle market by other financial institutions. So middle-class America has been ignored for years, and our focus is pretty much America, right? A lot of them have no financial knowledge, costing them money. I mean, what school taught us how to, even balance, well, maybe they taught us how to balance a checkbook, but that didn't last long, right? So we don't hardly have that as middle class. Failure to provide proper protection for you and your family, right? It's like we're hoping that someone out there does that, and we're the only company doing it. The devastating impact of debt, they call it credit, right? But really, that's just debt, getting people in that. Stress from worrying about money. So unfortunately, there's one of two reasons that people get divorced. A lot of it's over money and not having an abundance of, but lack thereof. So we're helping people keep their marriage going too. Other people controlling your time, talent, and opportunity. That's another thing that people need freedom from, right? And so those are those day jobs out there. So we're gonna help them create a plan. We're gonna teach them how money works. And if you're in the room tonight and you don't know these concepts, you're gonna learn about that as well. Build your own business. So America was actually founded on business ownership. We really need to get back to that. And Primerica will offer a part-time opportunity for whoever wants the opportunity to own their own business. Work from where you are at and where you choose. So especially with the 2020 and everyone got into Zoom, we have a lot of tools to help people. If you ever want to work from home, wherever you're at, we can actually use Zoom these days. Control your future and create a legacy for you and your family while helping others. And if you think about people that make a lot of money, most of the time the clients are having to spend a lot of money. With us, you're gonna actually be able to make money while getting people into a better situation. So Primerica helps families get properly protected, start investing for the future, learn how to become debt-free, earn additional income with the opportunity. And we teach people how to take control of their finances by making informed decisions. So that's our goal, is to educate people. Financial education guide right here. We offer this actually out at schools, out at wherever has people, right? So if you work in a company, you're like, we need to know that, let us know. We'll run a seminar for you. So we believe a financial education should be free. So ask yourself, how can I save for the future when I have so much debt? How much money is enough to retire? What if I got started late? If I die prematurely, what becomes of my family? Can I ever be financially secure? Those are pretty consistent questions that if you don't hear people ask them out loud, they're asking themselves all the time.
Got that question today.
Got that question today. All right, so the problem with money, it does not come within an instruction manual, right? We get it and it's like, let me think of what to spend this on, right? But if we have an education, we're gonna make better decisions. Okay, so everything in life comes with an instruction manual except your paycheck. So like how to build something. Thankfully, we have YouTube to help us with that sometimes, right? But we need our paycheck to do that. So why people are having so many financial challenges today? Most people do not get a financial education. They don't have a financial game plan, and they don't have a financial professional. And if you think about the results, is serious challenges for Main Street America, right? So we're going to take care of all those. 60% of Americans, they said that they have less than $50,000 saved towards retirement. 36% having only put $10,000 away, and that's pretty scary, right? So we don't want to be at Walmart working there because we have to. Okay, let's see here. So most of them, more than 60%, that's over half of Americans, they say that they're worrying about running out of money in retirement more than death. That's pretty sad and devastating, right?
Some people kind of plan their death around when they're going to run out of money, actually.
Yeah, people literally proactively plan their death for when they're going to run out of money, which is pretty depressing, right? Of course it's depressing.
It's true.
So nearly half, almost 50%, 48% of Americans, they have no life insurance coverage at all. More than 4 in 10 adults in the US report not having life insurance coverage or not having enough life insurance coverage. So I'm sure all of us have heard of GoFundMe, right? So a lot of the time that's people that didn't have life insurance on their person, right? And now they have all these expenses. Okay, so debt. This is just getting worse and worse all the time. The average American has $101,000 in consumer debt, including credit cards, personal loans, auto and mortgage loans, and student loan debt. It's just outrageous, right? And so we're going to teach you how we're going to help with that. Of the 61% of Americans with credit card debt, 23% go into debt every month, and 14% are reporting they have missed at least one payment in 2023. Not a good situation, right? Okay, so income. 47% of Americans, they said they'd have difficulty finding $1,000 for an emergency. So hence why there's credit card debt. That seems to be their emergency fund, and it's not a good idea. All right, so there is a common misunderstanding that the average and ordinary people cannot become financially independent. We're going to crack that right now, okay, because it is possible that you guys can, or whoever is in the middle class. Okay, this could not be further from the truth. So if you think about this, people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan, right? Have you ever gone into something and you realize, uh-oh, I should have planned for that? Right? Everybody has done that. So the problem when it comes to the money planning, traditional financial institutions sell you products, they do not provide a total solution for you, right? You never go into a bank and they're like, hey, let's help you out. This is what they do to you. You're in the middle. You got bank account, life insurance, mortgage, credit card, installment loans, mutual funds, savings account, 401k. Your money's going in all sorts of directions, right? No one's offering a solution there. So the solution we're offering is a financial needs analysis. It's customized, complimentary, can't be free, okay? And it helps you achieve your goals and your dreams. So if you think about it, if you're gonna go from Idaho to New York, would you want to just go and hope you get there? Or would you probably have a GPS? Right? You probably would have a GPS. So this is like a financial GPS. So you say you want to retire at a certain age, we'll put that in the system. And you say this is how much I would like to shoot for per month, we'll put that in. And our program will actually provide you with the exact number you need to save for retirement. Pretty important, right? Okay, so let's go to the next one here. So you have the power to become financially independent. That sounds pretty good, right? So you're in the right room tonight. You can get out of debt, you can build savings, you can get on the path to financial independence. And so, okay, know your financial independence number. Anyone in the room that is not in the company heard of a financial independence number? Nope, probably not. Okay, so what this is. All right, so let's just say you want to retire in 30 years and you want $30,000 a year. 30 years from now, after 3% inflation, 73,000 spends like 30,000. Okay? So your FIN number, okay, if this was you, it would be $1 million, 80,000. Okay? Probably pretty important to know what that number is, right? That way you don't run out of money. So that's what we do. And then let's see here. So to get there, you'd invest, if this is you, $585 per month for 30 years at 9% to hit that million, right? Very important. And if you think about it, how important it is, right? So the system loves to tell us. Okay, so empowering families with the tools to be more financially secure. So how? Financial solutions, education, personalized game plans, and the opportunity. Why? To right a wrong in the industry. To champion the cause of the average person, to put Main Street families on a path to financial security. Good things happen when Primerica shows up. And so that's something you can be a part of too. 3 accounts you need. Emergency fund, so you don't have to go to your credit card, right? Short-term savings, 3 to 6 months of savings. Long-term savings, obviously that would be for investing for your future. Okay, and then, okay, bypass the middleman. This one's fun. Where do we usually go when we have money and we want to save
To the bank.
To the bank, right? So, That's you and your money. You go into your bank, and they put it into the global economy, and they give you nothing almost, right? It's just so pathetic you don't even see it. Okay, so we're going to teach you to take your money, okay, and invest it. Bypass this middleman and put it in the global economy, okay, because they're historical low rates of return. Okay, so this is the thing, what we're going to do. So let's say you had $10,000, okay? Normally you'd save it in the bank, okay? If the bank was even offering 3%, okay, I'm going to teach you this rule. Rule of 72. Has anyone heard of it before Primerica?
Nope.
Not before Primerica. Okay, so great. So what you do is you divide your interest rate that you're getting into the number 72 to find the approximate number of years it takes for your money to double. So 3 into 72, if you did it on your phone, okay, that's 24 years, right? Is that very exciting that it's going to take 24 years for your money to double?
No.
No. How many 24 years do we have in our life, right? Not long.
Zero.
So, yeah, 0. So 48 years from now, you got 40,000. You very excited? Yeah. Welcome to if that's all you had. 6 into 72, 12, right? So every 12 years your money doubles. A little bit better, but are you retiring off 160,000?
No.
No, right? Okay, so let's look at 12%. What do you guys, can you make a guess of what it could be at 12%? If it doubles every 6 years?
640.
640, okay. Anyone else?
350.
350? Oh, she's so cute. All right, so it's not 350 and it's not 640. It's $2.5 million. We're having some ecstatic people in the room tonight. Okay, so you probably could retire off 2.5, at least frugally.
Yes.
Yes. I have someone in the room getting excited. She thought it was too late to save, but it's not. All right, questions for you guys. How do you win a game if you do not know the rules?
You flounder.
You flounder, so you don't win the game, right? And who would benefit from learning this rule?
Everyone.
Everyone. Should we have learned this in school?
Yes.
Yes, right? And without introducing us to family and friends, how would they learn about the Rule 72?
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't, right? Exactly. All right, so yeah, this is the high cost of waiting. This is what one person in the room was a little concerned about. Okay, so when you don't prioritize saving, there's a high cost of waiting, okay? This is gonna show you just waiting 1 year, what difference it makes as far as the 200, okay? What a difference. See, it starts with 943,000, okay, for 25 years in the future. 1 year of waiting, okay, 26, that takes off 83,000, right? Wait 5 years. That takes off $350,000 just waiting 5 years, okay? So we need to get saving today if you're in the room and haven't been saving. And you definitely don't want to wait 50 years because that's getting close to $1 million. All right, who are people hurting if they wait?
Themselves.
Themselves, yeah.
And their families.
And their families. Okay. I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit. Okay. Has anyone heard of debt stacking before Primerica?
Dave Ramsey.
Debt snowballing is what he calls it. He got it from us, but he renamed it. Okay, so debt stacking. Most people are here. They don't have any clue that there is another plan. So they're paying with retail card, credit card, car loan, credit card one, mortgage. They're paying $27.20 a month towards all that debt. Okay, so that's what they're used to doing. They didn't see this number because it's a little concerning. They won't be out of debt till age 58, and they would have been paying $214,000 in interest. Does anyone want to pay a whole house worth of interest?
No.
No, right? And that goes to the bank. So let's teach you how to get out of that sooner. So we plugged all their debt into the system. We can do that for you too. First retail card, the $220 a month, it's targeting that as the first one to pay off. And so what you do, once you pay it off, you don't go spend the money. You take the $220 and add it to the $353, which is $573, right? So now instead of $220, you have $573 going towards credit card too. Do you think that's going to get paid off a little faster?
Mm-hmm.
A lot faster, right? So what we'll do is we'll stack it, right? All the way till the mortgage itself is gonna get the entire 2720, right? And what's gonna happen, maybe, I think it's funny, it could happen, is that the lender might call the bank that's financing it, like, hey, we agreed on $12.93 a month. Why are you sending us $27.20? And they're like, well, you know, a Primerica person came over and taught us about debt stacking. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, thank you, bye. Oh man, I hope they don't tell anyone else.
It's
We're
the
gonna lose money,
GPS.
right?
Following the
So,
GPS.
yes. So the banks want you to be paying that, right? They don't want you to tell your friends. But what happens, okay? Let's see what the ending is. Okay, debt is paid off in 9 years instead of 23, saving, and that's 14 years sooner, saving $130,000 in interest. That's amazing, isn't it? Okay. So we're gonna teach you to keep going, okay? You're already used to paying the $27.20 towards debt. So take the $27.20 each month, we're gonna put it into mutual funds. Now 9% is very conservative, okay? At the age 67, you could have $2.4 million for retirement. Yes, worth major applause. Now question, do financial companies want you to know this?
No.
No, right? They'll probably be out of business if we knew, right? Power of home ownership, especially in Idaho, it's just amazing what the equities are doing here. This is just an example of somebody getting into a home. If you don't own a home yet, is definitely the time to get in. Okay, you start, and then of course there's home appreciation, and you can have an asset that you can actually resell, you can rent it out, whatever you decide to do. So the slide's going over that, and
so it shows, just want you guys to get perspective, it shows a 4.5% annual home price appreciation. So that means you're increasing 4.5% a year. Mutual funds at 9% are double that, and compounding interest, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's way more profitable to be invested in the market than it is to buy a house.
Yeah.
Not that you shouldn't, I'm just saying.
Right.
It's another way to grow your assets, but it's not nearly as effective as your mutual funds are.
Right, so mutual funds are a lot more effective, yeah. All right, so let's see here. Income protection, yay, this is what we started with as a company. This one's really funny. But what if you had a toaster in your kitchen on the 1st and the 15th of every month? It popped up $2,000, okay? It popped up $2,000. Would you insure that toaster, and would you like that toaster?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. So unfortunately, there is no such toaster. But you are the money machine for your family. You are that toaster. So if it makes sense to insure an imaginary toaster, wouldn't it make sense to insure your income? Yes, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and this is a little example right here. There's, mommy and daddy and their one child, and they're each making $3,500 a month. Okay, $7,000. They have $7,000 worth of expenses and debt payments, right? Now, what happens if dad doesn't come home? Does mom pay those bills anymore?
She can't.
Right? You can't pay $7,000 with $3,500, right? So now she has to get 2 to 3 jobs, right? And so now the child has lost both parents, basically, right? Okay, so types of life insurance. There's a lot being sold out there, and that's another thing that we educate people on why not to buy certain kinds. Cash value. Another word for it is whole life, universal, index. They'll call it all sorts of names to disguise what it really is. Typically higher initial premium, meaning people can't afford more, so they have less coverage. Includes an investment component, which really it's legally not allowed to be called investment, but they say savings, right? In traditional plans, you can receive both both cash value or your life insurance, not both. In certain plans, you'll get cash value if you pay extra fees. It's just not a good program, okay? It's more money, which means less life insurance, and there's a whole bunch of other concerns with the cash value plans. What we believe in is pure protection, okay? So just like the mommy and daddy slide where, dad doesn't come home, he needs his income replaced, right? So what we do is we protect the family with the term insurance, so it's going to be less money and it's going to be more coverage, okay? And so here's those problems. More expensive, you have to borrow your own money if you decide to take money out of your savings. It has a extremely low rate of return. You lose cash value if you die with traditional policies. So if somebody, their husband passes away, you call in, the wife's not getting both the life insurance and the cash value, which is pretty sad, isn't it? Because they're sold, they get two things. Okay, so, yeah, let's see. I'm really trying to sum these up. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna help you out mindset-wise of why it's so much better to have the term, okay? This one is Index Universal Life. It's being sold like hotcakes out there. John and Mary, 35 years old. They had $250,000, which won't even pay for a house these days, right? They're paying $251 a month for that, and the insurance company's saying at age 65 you'll have $127,000, right? Can anyone retire off $127,000? No, not at all, right?
Not a couple.
Right. And so they're paying for this because they're hoping for the cash value, and they're hoping for the life insurance if anyone passes away. But at the end of it, the company's going to be keeping the cash value insurance. So what we're doing is we're going to take the 251 and we're going to see what we can do. Same age for the term insurance, 250,000. It's only $88 a month. Right there, that's better, right? Because over here they don't even get this if someone passes, right? So what we do is we believe in separating these two, and at 9%, the 163, which is the difference between 251 and 88, invested at conservative 9% is $300,000. Okay? Would you choose the left side or the right side?
Right side.
The right side. Exactly. So it sells itself, right? We're just doing the better thing for families. They say, please get me started with that. Fill out my app. So
April?
today, huh?
April?
Yeah.
It's
How
like
about it?
8:20.